There is an AI R&B artist who just signed a multi-million-dollar deal and has a top 5 R&B album, and the person is doing none of the work. I think you guys think that AI can just be the cover for something, which some people can use. They can make an AI cover. AI can also make the entire song. It can sing the entire song. It can make the entire beat. You can have a song that's one type of song and say, AI, make this into a country song, and it'll literally rewrite, re-sing in a country voice and redo the entire thing. And they don't have to credit anyone. This is so beyond out of our control. And nothing and no one on earth will ever be able to justify AI to me, especially not AI in the creative arts, in which people have worked hard for, trained for, slept on the floor for, and got injuries for, worked for their entire lives. I'm sorry, I don't.
What Kehlani is talking about is there's an AI artist named Xania Monet, who's an R&B artist who has songs that's charting on the Billboard charts as we speak, that's getting millions of streams, right? But everything that Kehlani said about this artist is not entirely true, right? Like you heard her say in the video that AI has the ability to, come up with the lyrics, come up with the beat, mix and master the song. That is true. But this specific artist, Xania Monet, is actually the creation of a Mississippi woman named Talisha Jones, who writes her own lyrics but uses the AI platform Suno to make them into music. So this specific AI artist is not an artist that's just completely making up everything on its own and just making money, right? Nah, there's a person that created it, that owns it, that is writing the lyrics, and then, it's being, programmed through an AI platform named Suno, right? So, the deal was inked by Jones, a multi-million-dollar agreement signed by ex-Interscope exec Neil Jacobson. Indie music company Hallwood Media marks the latest advancement of AI into every corner of American life. But the buzz surrounding the deal, which some of the major labels ultimately backed away from, highlights the legal limbo that music companies and creators face as they adopt the new tech. Creators like Jones can secure intellectual property protection on the lyrics and make music they write themselves, but that protection depends on the extent to which AI is used in the process and to what extent they disclose that. Earlier this year, the U.S. Copyright Office issued a major report that said AI as an assistive tool for human expression would be fair game, but that copyright would not be granted where expressive elements are determined by a machine. But where does that dividing line sit for any particular song? The report said it needs to be decided on a case-by-case basis. If a work isn't copyrighted, there's no recourse for anyone to be able to protect it in the marketplace, including through takedown requests against others who uploaded versions to streaming services and attempt to monetize them. There is also a question as to who would be able to collect any royalties from the digital exploitation of such a song. If the question of ownership is unsettled, sources tells Billboard that Xania Monet is confident she owns the rights to both her master recordings and musical compositions, given the amount of human input used to create her music, as well as the lyrics. Hallwood Media did not return a request for comment. Legal experts say such AI-assisted music raises tricky questions. The lyrics penned by Jones are obviously hers, but her manager says she used a combination of Suno's model and other live elements to create the music. That raises a key question. How much human contribution does it take to establish copyrights on an entire song? This strikes me as a central question, and one without a clear answer, says Cristelia Garcia, a legal scholar at Georgetown University Law Center, who testified before Congress last year on this exact issue. Listen, man, I totally get why Kehlani would be upset about this, because she's an R&B artist, and let's be honest, guys, in 2025, R&B music, it's nowhere near what it used to be, right? Like, hip-hop itself, hip-hop and rap has fallen off. R&B has completely fallen off within the past 10 years, right? Like, even an artist like Chris Brown, struggles to even sell 100,000 first week when he puts out an album. So you have this woman who, yeah, she may be writing the lyrics, but you know, the AI is the one that's actually performing the song. The AI is the one that is probably making the beat, mixing the song. And let's be honest, right? Do we honestly believe that she's writing all the lyrics? She claims she is, but what if the record label plays an AI version and the record label feels like, hey, why don't you actually use some of this AI's lyrics instead of yours, right? Like, come on, guys. Like, let's be honest. Like, we've heard AI songs from Drake, right, that actually sound better than some songs that actually was written and performed by Drake. Especially during the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, we was hearing some Drake diss songs that was completely AI that actually sounded pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point where UMG had to take down all of these AI Drake songs because they were getting millions of views. So, you know, even if this woman is writing the lyrics, it's not fair that she doesn't have to perform the songs herself when you have artists that, you know, they struggle. Some of them are homeless. Some of them invest all of the money that they have. They go and perform concerts in person. You know what I'm saying? They put so much into becoming a successful artist just for this woman to just be able to write some lyrics and use an AI machine to make songs, right? And she just signed $1 million deal. You know what I'm saying? She got songs all over the Billboard charts when actual R&B artists that are already solidified, artists like Kehlani, Chris Brown, Neo, you know what I'm saying? These artists are you know, they kind of struggling to really, you know, get a #1 single on the Billboard charts. You know what I'm saying? So I totally get the frustration from Kehlani, and this could easily be a situation where, think about this, guys, right? Like, people aren't really listening to music in 2025 like they used to, right? Record labels are eventually going to look at it like this. Why would we sign an actual human, right, for, you know, anywhere upwards of $1 million when we could just make an AI artist, we could have a songwriter write the lyrics, and then we could just have the AI actually perform the song. We can have the AI mix and master the song. We can have the AI make the beat, and we can just make hit songs, and we don't have to pay an actual human. You know what I'm saying? All we have to do is we could just pay the human that actually wrote the song. Because remember, if they just have AIs making everything, right, the lyrics and everything, then it can't happen that way, right? I guess the court already said that they're not gonna allow the music industry to do that, because that'll pretty much just make artists, human artists, you know, out of a job, right? So the only way that they can do it is if there's an actual human, you know, somebody like Chris Brown or somebody writing the song, and then the AI performs it. But I think this is dangerous, man. I think this sets a very dangerous precedent. And I totally get why Kehlani is mad, because this woman, Talisha Jones, you know, her AI, like, yo, she even has a whole character, the Xania Monet, who's the AI artist. Like, she has her own image, bro. Like, they have an actual picture that is not the Talisha Jones woman. Like, this shit is kind of like, wow, bro, like how this is even playing out. And listen, man, I think that if artists continue to fail to sell albums and sell singles and highly chart on the Billboard charts, man, we could see the entire music industry eventually become AI, man. So let me know what you guys think about this, man. Shout out to Kehlani for speaking on this. You know, I just had to add some clarity that Xania Monet, it is an actual artist with a real name, and she's the one that's writing the lyrics for this artist. But the AI is the one that's actually performing the song. The artist has its own AI image, but she is writing the lyrics for the song. I just wanted to clarify that for you guys. So let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing, man? Let me know in the comment section. It's your boy Wavy, stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all follow your boy, subscribe, leave a comment. I'm out.